We're back.
We thoroughly enjoyed our vacation, but it's been 3 weeks since our last Narco News, and the news is kind of stacked up. And man, there's a lot of pedos.
Without going on vacation would be okay since it's technically the dry season, but we have a lot to go over. And that includes Silent Hill being a horror Souls-like, peak devs being peak, all the issues going on in Roblox right now, and a lot more.
But welcome back to Necro News, the show where we cover the hottest gaming news from the last week. Well, 3 weeks, I guess. Make sure to like the video to welcome us back.
Silent Hill F, which features Booster's favorite writer, Ryukishi, has been stated to be going for a different kind of feeling than the OG Silent Hill games. Not just because of the setting change to Japan, but because of the gameplay changes made to make it stand out.
Apparently, the Silent Hill game will be largely action-focused compared to the original survival horror gameplay, which was stated to be done in order to 1. Not make Silent Hill 2 over and over again, and 2. To casualize the game to appeal to a newer audience. Are you having deja vu right now? I feel like I've heard this exact same thing before.
If you're wondering what Booster is talking about, it's because the exact line of thinking was done with the release of Silent Hill Homecoming. Where that game succeeded was that the combat, while fast-paced, wasn't stamina-based, and wasn't comparing itself to something like Dark Souls.
The vibe of the game, according to Ellie, at least, is correct. And despite my fucking hatred for the writer, he does write well. So there is a chance that the game will be good, but whenever someone says they're trying to appeal to a newer audience, it's just the new way of saying appeal to a wider demographic.
Which doesn't usually end up going well.
Is there a time where it has, actually? Like, ever?
I guess the very first phase of the MCU with like original Iron Man and Captain America.
You're right, because before Iron Man, no one liked Iron Man. Before the movie, no one liked Iron Man or Captain America. They were widely regarded as nerds. So good job. That is actually correct. Peak is the latest hit friend slot game, with it becoming the 6th highest played game on Steam currently, with 144,000 active players at the time of recording. Unfortunately, in the shadow of this success, a clone made in Roblox by the name of Cliff has taken off, amassing well over 163,000 players by August 5th.
And given the predatory nature of Roblox, which we'll get into a little bit later, the game has some really bad microtransactions in it, as is kind of typical in the game. But in response to the knockoff game, Aggro Crab Games released a statement saying, PBH would rather you pirate our game than play this microtransaction riddled at Roblox slop ripoff.
Shortly after the statement by Aggro Crab, Pew Studios subsequently removed Cliff and replaced it with a similar clone game called Rise, and then subsequently removed that after a short period of time as well. In addition, Aggro Crab Games has said that it's planning to release a console port, hopefully sooner rather than later, as it's likely one of the reasons for the Roblox clone getting so many players. In addition to kids just being stupid. On August 6th, which was my birthday, the Vintage Story dev team announced that it was pausing the sale of Vintage Story on itch.io due to not receiving payments for sales made in the past 3 months. Initially, the issue was posted on July 31st by Tyrion, the lead dev of Vintage Story, as he was wondering what was going on since the revenue split earned by itch would be enough to hire someone to monitor the payout.
Given the current circumstances, you'd be forgiven if you made the assumption that the current payment processor drama was the cause of the payout delays. However, the delays in payouts for Vintage Story started months ago.
And Vintage Story are just one of many. Multiple devs have shared similar issues, such as Quaternus making a post in March regarding the delays in payment from December. Branley Labs made a post on May 30th asking about the holdup on payments in review for over 64 days. Chroma Dave made a similar post on the 25th, and Nuteku waited a whole 6 months and only started receiving payments after pressure was put on itch.io in their official Discord.
As for why itch has taken so long to send out payments, we don't know. There's been no official statement, and it could be issues with the organization of the company, or according to Redditor Dada, it could be an issue with Schlep or how buying Vintage Story on itch.io was done through buying a code which you could redeem on the Vintage Story site.
We just don't know.
So everyone knows that Roblox is for pedos what candy stores are for kids. Really? That's what you came up with, Skull? That's what you decided to write?
Why?
Fuck you. Unfortunately, though, that's a pretty accurate description of just how much you can get away with on the platform. The fact that it was pedo central was really only known to people in like V and other underground gaming forums, but thankfully, this information has now risen to the top and is now making national headlines. Fucking finally.
You made it sound like people on V are pedophiles.
Ah. Well, that's not true.
Not all of them, at least. Anyway, for anyone who's been living under a rock, Roblox is a content creation pipeline pretending to be a gaming platform. People can create anything in the game, and that goes for worlds, games, cosmetics, regrets. And almost all of it can be bought with Robux, their fake currency. For those with good memory, so not me, it's this practice that gained notoriety for how much it screwed over its creators. There's a lot more to it than just that, but that's not the topic for today.
Not today's topic centers around a YouTuber by the name of Schlep. He's gained a large amount of notoriety over the last few years because of his efforts uncovering and capturing various child predators that were making use of the platform. His efforts have led to 6 arrests, which you'd think would be celebrated, but Roblox decided that nah, Schlep needs to be banned.
Roblox gave the listed reasons of why he got banned, and they are as follows. Quote-unquote simulated child engagement conversations, sharing or soliciting personal identifiable information, encouraging users to move to conversations off-platform, bypassing safety systems and increasing risk to others. Roblox insisted that independent operations like Schlep undermined the efforts of law enforcement, and users need to go through the proper channels and report violations to moderators.
This proclamation is seemingly contradicted by Schlep's own workflow, as he would give all the evidence he had on specific users during investigations to Roblox staff who, wouldn't you guess, did absolutely nothing with it. Instead, they banned someone who's doing an objectively good thing for the platform, and somehow they didn't think there would be any backlash.
Well, there was. Trending hashtags like boycott Roblox and free Schlep sprung up and caused major unrest for the community. So major, in fact, that the US House member Ro Khanna created a petition to demand more transparency on how they handle child predators. The nation of Qatar outright banned the platform, Louisiana's Attorney General filed a lawsuit, and even Chris Hansen, the host for How to Catch a Predator, announced he was making a documentary involving Schlep.
For those of you who think Chris's input will matter much, But anyway, remember, Roblox is ran by a CEO who wanted to make Roblox into a fucking dating platform. While we were on vacation, PayPal and Valve had a bit of a lover's quarrel, and it's now escalated to Valve prohibiting PayPal as an option to buy games in multiple countries. However, this is not related to lewd games or something similar, but instead related to currency usage.
Further information was given by Valve in a statement. In early July 2025, PayPal notified Valve that their acquiring bank for payment transactions in certain currencies was immediately terminating the processing of any transactions related to Steam. This affects Steam purchases using PayPal and currencies listed here.
This isn't the first time a currency was restricted on Steam, because Argentinian pesos and Turkish lira were delisted entirely from the store. But this is the first time that currency restrictions were done to third parties demanding so. To make matters worse, if you use PayPal as your primary method and don't live in North America, the Eurozone, Australia, Japan, you can't buy games in your native currency anymore, and you will need to seek out a new method.
Steam gift cards are an option and can be bought pretty much anywhere. And Valve has stated that it hopes to enable PayPal for the restricted countries again in the future, and to seek out alternative payment methods, but an estimated time for completion is unknown. Shut up and process payment processors.
We're not doing a buried alive banger this week because we didn't want to search because we're still in vacation mode. But here is the games that are coming out this week. I'm going to be real, I haven't looked at them as we're recording because I'm still not into the swing of things yet.
And that's it for this week's Necro News. Thank you all very much for watching, it's good to be back. And I'll be doing a stream on Twitch sometime this week, playing Liza P. If you made it this far into the video, leave a like, and also post the businessman emoji.
A big shout out to our channel members though, thank you for supporting us. If you'd like to see more Necro News behind the scenes stuff, consider becoming a member, as it does help the channel grow. But that's all we have for you, so until next time,
Goodbye.
Goodbye.